Oh, that was quick.
Happy Sunday.
I don't remember seeing a countdown. Happy
It was
Sunday,
quick. You
everybody.
were coughing.
Oh, cough,
You
cough,
coughed.
sneeze. Dean and Jen Gross with Gain here. Sunday night, the 22nd. July is flying by. Before you know it, school will be starting again. For those
Yes.
of you with children, which may be bittersweet for a lot of folks.
Hey, Angie, what's going on?
Feliz cumpleaños.
Hey, Danielle. Hope you guys are having an awesome weekend.
Yes, yes,
We had a very busy, fun-filled one.
yes. Went by fast too. I'm sure, as always, the
Hey, Gut,
young
what's
ones
going
are
on?
all worn out. So, anyone curious what you need to, what will prevent you from burning all the belly fat you
Hello,
want?
hello, hello.
I'm sure you are. And so, we want to talk a little bit about the infamous stress hormone tonight, that being cortisol. When this is high, you can kiss the idea of burning belly fat goodbye. It's obviously something that very hard to lose weight, specifically in an area. And obviously, there's a number of other concerns with having too high cortisol levels, which is again your stress hormone. And so we'll talk a little bit about.
John likes the colors.
Yeah,
Ah,
are we
yeah.
colorful tonight?
Melon and purple. And Danielle, you got a storm. It's been hot and dry for us this weekend. I know my parents are in Central Florida. They were getting some pretty hard rain
Is
today.
that where Danielle is? Central Florida?
I don't know. I think somewhere in Central Florida, maybe. Maybe I think so. Um, yeah, and beautiful colors. Yes,
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
color coordination.
So we thought we would give you, and this is straight from Dr. Axe. He actually, so we can't take credit for it, but he gave 6 good tips.
We like Dr. Axe.
Yeah.
He's a great functional integrative medicine
Yeah.
practitioner. So
Good young
his stuff
man.
is really good. Yeah.
So 6 tips to follow if you have high cortisol levels. And if you're not sure if you do, we can show a few signs for you, but also it's something you can test. You can do blood tests on to check all your hormone
Hey,
levels.
Christy. Hey, Gary. Hey, Darlene. Thanks, everyone, for joining.
To check that out. So real quick, some signs, and I kind of break that down. I mean, cortisol is still important, and I know they call it the stress hormone, but a certain amount of stress is good. So if you think of your fight or flight,
yeah, fight or flight,
that is typically cortisol kicking in. So it is very functional. We do need it. We need it to be alert and to have that fight or flight mechanism.
Yes.
The challenge is you don't want that on all the time.
Right.
If you're always in fight or flight mode, obviously the rest of your body, all the energy is going there, and so your immune system's susceptible to getting disease and getting sick. As we mentioned, you can gain some weight.
Yeah, because your body thinks that when it's fight or flight, if you think about it, it might think that you're in starvation mode.
Yeah.
So in that case, your body tends to store that in many places where you don't want it stored. So that's what your body does, kind of in flight or flight.
Yeah. So in this world of, and typically it's held in the abdomen region, and obviously blood pressure goes up. Typically, estrogen levels are abnormally high, and that's one of the causes too. Other causes obviously is stress, specifically distress. If you have you're holding a lot of stress from your life, your work, and you don't have an area to kind of get rid of that. This can happen if you're eating poorly, a lot of processed foods, and you're not getting enough exercise. And coincidentally enough, if you're exercising too much, if you're overtraining, that also can stimulate an increase, too big of an increase in cortisol. So
balance is very important in all aspects of our lives.
Yes. And so obviously, so all these reasons come up that you want to have hormonal balance at all times.
Mm-hmm.
And so we talk about these 6 if you find that you are too high. And again, the easiest way is a blood test. But again, if you see some of these things, typically people maybe they have some weight gain and they haven't changed their diet patterns or their exercise. They're getting more flush in the face, maybe retaining some water there. Their blood pressure is going up. They found that their hormone levels, specifically their estrogen, are up, and they're not sleeping as well, or they feel that they're tired, but yet they still feel kind of wired at night. Mm-hmm. It's kind of flipped. Then that could be a sign too. So those are all signs. Like I said, the easiest way is testing your blood, but here are 6 ways to lower it and try to get some balance in the stress hormone.
Yes, and we are huge proponents of eating whole foods.
Yeah.
We we're big proponents of whole food plant-based diet because of the wonderful benefits of it. But you get increased fiber, increased antioxidants, increased protein, and increased phytonutrients, and you get all that from your whole foods. So lots of vegetables, lots of fruits.
Yep.
Lots of greens are really, really good for you, and lots of color in your diet. But if you stick to a whole food diet, that really helps with balancing out the hormones. And again, these aren't our recommendations. These are from Dr. Axe, but we think they work out awesome.
The low glycemic foods.
Yes.
The high sugar, high processed really, again, can spike cortisol. So
reducing and managing stress, because Dean was talking about stress being an indicator or a cause of high cortisol levels. So if we can reduce and manage our stress, there are definitely natural ways for us to do that. Some breathing techniques, yoga, meditation, all of those are wonderful ways to manage stress, or just doing something that you find is very relaxing and calming for you. Everyone is kind of different. So finding your niche, maybe it's going outside and going on a nature walk or a hike, or just getting outdoors and getting in nature, or maybe it's going into your perfect place of serenity. So finding that is very important.
And grounding is big if you're doing nature walks as well, to maybe take those shoes and socks off.
Walking on the beach, very helpful.
Walking on the beach, that will help.
Exercise is another important piece that we all need to incorporate in our lifestyles, and it's also going to help us to manage our cortisol levels.
Yes, and just like we mentioned though, obviously a whole food diet and managing stress and getting exercise are pretty much the answers to a lot of challenges.
Healthy lifestyle.
But just keep in mind that overtraining, which we've all been there, can contribute to that, and you got to be mindful of that to not overdo it, because your body does need to recover. So if you are big in training and avoid exercise, you might have to taper it back a little bit if you find you're seeing some of these symptoms or your levels are higher.
Rest and recovery.
Yes. So 3 more that he recommended. He mentioned really superfoods, different superfoods, along with the whole food plant-based format, and things like reishi mushrooms is a big example. Are also a good indicator. Again, these are high in phytonutrients, they're high in antioxidants. It's just like we mentioned with whole foods, and essential oils, which if you're not using them today, very, very helpful. There's a lot of essential oils that help with the stress. Oils like lavender, and then you've got oils like lemon and peppermint that are very good to get you in the right state. And then the king of them all, frankincense, is one of the better ones.
Frankincense.
Yeah, and that's anti-inflammatory, helps focus, clear your mind, and it's just kind of the king of essential oils. So that's really good when you're trying to balance your hormone levels as well. And last but not least, as many can guess, sleep. Getting adequate amounts of sleep, which again in our lifestyle today can be challenging, but there's nothing better at balancing your hormone levels than getting an adequate amount of sleep, good quality sleep, and really balancing your circadian rhythm out. So those are the 6 he recommended. Very simple things, simple to follow, but very important, because again, you see a lot of things advertised, weight loss or fat burning mechanisms, and not that those things aren't true, but if you're kind of swimming upstream, if your cortisol levels are too high, because you could do everything else right, but if you're not managing this aspect of your body, it's going to be very, very difficult to reach those fitness goals and mental health goals. So
even if you're just stuck, maybe you've been dieting, or you've been really aggressively trying to lose weight, and you've just gotten to this plateau and you're stuck, and you continue to do these quality things, and you're not seeing the results that you need to be seeing, then getting a blood test is a great way to find out what's going on with your cortisol levels, and they may be incorporating some of these techniques to help you to manage that piece of your life.
Yeah, I think we mentioned it a couple of days ago, right, of evaluating and getting testing done, and so not even just cortisol, but all your hormone levels and all your vitamin levels and everything in your blood. It just gives you a good level set of where you stand, and can probably answer a lot of questions that may be going through your head. Like she said, if you feel like you're doing things right and you just don't feel like you're hitting the progress, or maybe you're digressing a little bit, to really make sure that you're training the right way or working on the right things.
Mm-hmm.
So just thought it was something good to share on this fine Sunday night. So do us a favor and share it with your friends. Give us a thumbs up if you would. Connect with us on growthandimprovement.com.
And if you want some more information on some of these techniques, maybe some of the relaxation, reducing stress, or managing your stress, and also if you're looking for some high quality essential oils, we can help you out and point you in the right direction and make some recommendations for you. So definitely private message us on that, or drop a comment here. We'll be sure to be responsive to those. So we can definitely help you out in those areas, and love to be of assistance if we can.
Yep, a lot of questions on that, managing the stress, and obviously different oils and how to use them. So,
and sleep is a big challenge too for many people, and we can help out in those areas also. So we can give you some techniques. So like Dean said, like, comment, and share if you think this will help someone that you know, someone in your audience or your circle of influence. Definitely like, comment, and share. You're helping us spread the message of healthful, energized, vibrant living. And if you're not on our newsletter, you're going to want to hop on. We share tips like this. It's gainhottips.com. And then our website is growthandimprovement.com. You can check out what we're up to.
Yes, ma'am. So to ensure that we get an adequate amount of sleep tonight, we're going to leave you with that. We've got a few things to take care of, and I think we're making decent time. So you guys have a great, great Sunday night. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye, guys. Have a great evening.